So for us, we manage everything in our business off of Acumatica. It is the only platform that we use. And so we manage all the way from marketing to leads to customer relationship management to quotes to projects to sales orders to timekeeping and entry to inventory management, supply chain, purchasing. All of that overlaid on all of that feeds into our accounting systems that then runs up to run up our P&L and our balance sheet. So we are fully committed, 100%, everything Acumatica. The biggest thing for us that it does particularly well is the way Acumatica has designed their platform, where I can put everybody on our company using the same data and same information. So we pay one flat fee, and so we can put everybody on our company in it. So all of our techs, all the way to the CEO, are using the same information, the same data, which allows us to efficiently run our business. In the previous life, we had a lot of issues where we had multiple platforms and everybody was always concerned about what's the right piece of information. Now everybody has the exact same piece of information, and so we can focus on the business and not what the data. So my biggest thing is probably the new pricing structure that Acumatica is going to. I think the way they had it structured before was much better. I think from a business standpoint and a business owner, I'm concerned about their new rollout of how they're handling the menu type deal where I got to pay for every single piece. And having a single platform across that I can use, it's very beneficial. So maybe that's not really where you're going, but that's where my heart is right now. I'm real concerned about that. 10 out of 10, every single time. I think it's well suited for about any aspect of your business if you put the time and effort into designing it to fit your business. It has the overall operating platform that you need, and then you just have to tweak it a little bit for your business. That's the nice thing about it. I don't think there's anywhere it cannot touch. I think in areas that it's a little weak that we've seen is mostly in work in process accounting. They've made some good strides in the last couple of years, but when we went on board, that was a real struggle for them. But if that's an area I would really like to see improved. So we've had a tremendous effect. When we first rolled it out, one of the things I was talking about is that we put everybody on the same data set. So it allowed our service managers and our sales team to work more closely together. So when we first rolled it out and we started rolling out our margins, you could see where we were having negative impact on our margins. And we got the salespeople and the service managers started to talk together. And then they started drilling down to, hey, am I quoting it good at high enough? Or am I taking in all of the service work that has to be done? Or, hey, you're not performing it as I had intended or as my vision when I quoted it. And so then we started to close this gap. So when we first started out, we had about 50% of our projects that kicked out for review. And then they started to review those, and then now we're at about 5% kick out, because now what the salesperson vision to how it gets executed on the project management side has aligned itself. And with that, it led to an increase of overall profitability for us by about 7.5% over about a 9-month period. That's major impact to the bottom line by just improving communication within your own company. We saw value within 3 months. I mean, it was absolutely immediate, and it continues to add value. We just rolled out a new process the other day on shipping, and that we are now kicking out shipping with tracking, where our customers, as soon as it ships, they can go in and they click a button. It takes them right to like UPS, FedEx, or in the for us as a part of a distribution company, that's just added values, and we got these immediate feedbacks coming from the customer. Oh my gosh, I wish other companies in the industrial space would do this. This is so cool to see you guys going to adding that value that you see in online purchasing. So we're a real industrial space. People aren't used to that, and when they get that level of service, it's like really cool. And we just implemented that last week.
Something else?
No, that is absolutely easy for me. Clients first, our value-added reseller, absolutely hands down. We could not have done it without them, and we can't continue to grow without them. But our need for them is beginning to lessen as we've developed the software to fit our needs. But these guys were fantastic. They implemented us, and we took a company that we purchased. We purchased a company from Interstate Batteries for it's about $18 million in revenue, and ramped us up in 3 months to go live. And that included all of the supply chain, purchasing, accounting, sales orders, projects, and inventory management. We then bolted on CRM and marketing later. We added in time cards shortly thereafter, and so to do that and be able to do that in 90 days, they're amazing. Clients first, VAR. Find the right one, you will not be disappointed. Boy, that's a tough one. So for us, I mean, we set up, so we have a very specific process on, for example, projects. When we roll out a project, we're able to design the project flow within the system, and we have this little wiki, and it actually walks through anybody that wants to look at it, exactly how our project flow is. So we have it set up so our project flow then goes from creation to engineering to purchasing to planning to scheduled to in process to we call it FSR, but it's basically getting all of our reports and everything we need to submit into the customer base, and then it kicks over to invoicing and then finalize and review, which is that review process I talked about earlier around with the sales team and the service managers. So we have this whole process set up that allows anybody to come in and see exactly where any project is in the system at any time, and it just adds this level of organization throughout. And then we can set up these KPIs for each of the individuals to know, hey, this is where you need to go and get your work done, and here's what you're behind on, and here's what you need to focus on. So those type of things that are easily designed in Acumatica make for a real good success. Excellent value for the price. We find it, one of the things we really liked about it is the fact that, once again, we put everybody on the same platform. We got the whole platform. When we did it, they have the customer commitment of no greater than 3% price increase year over year. That is fantastic. So absolutely love the value. Yes. Absolutely. It lived up to everything that we were told it was able to do. And, as long as you put in the investment, get to understand their terminology, because that's one of I think when you're moving from one CRM or ERP over to another one, is there's terminology differences. And as long as you begin to understand the terminology and how they transfer, then things become easy for you to do that. Yes and no for us, and I know that's a hard. So we brought on clients first. They introduced us to this. We had a time frame that we wanted it done in, and unfortunately they didn't have the resources at the time. So we were kicked over to to another VAR, and they didn't know our business and didn't know what we were looking at like clients first did. Then we tried another VAR, didn't work, and then we ended up back with clients first in the time frame that they had originally set for us, and then they accelerated and implemented much faster than what we expected. So once again, it's about finding that people that are passionate, the people that know your business, and if you can find that relationship with your VAR, you're going to be successful. Absolutely, 100%.